President Park Geun-hye embarked on a week-long tour to Central Asia, beginning in Uzbekistan. Presidential correspondent Choi You-sun brought us the details of her visit. President Park visited Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and Turkmenistan for 6 days. During her first stop in Uzbekistan, she held summit talks with President Islam Karimov, during which the two leaders came to an agreement over the Surgil gas development project and discussed enhancing economic cooperation. President Park also encouraged ethnic Koreans living in Central Asia, expressed appreciation for their hard work, and for acting as a bridge between the two regions. South Korea's first match at the 2014 FIFA World Cup began at 7 a.m. on June 18th, Korea time. Thousands of people gathered in Gangnam and Gwanghwamun Square to cheer on Team Korea. Reporter Kwon So-a was out at the COEX Convention Center in Gangnam-gu and connected live to deliver the cheers and excitement from the site throughout the match.
Other venues. Good morning to you, So-a. How's it looking over there?
Good morning, guys.
There were performances by K-pop artists, and the atmosphere heated up when global star SAIC took to the stage to sing his hit songs like Gangnam Style, Gentleman, Champion, and others. Citizens could not bear to leave right after the match, clearly disappointed with the result. We hope Team Korea can feel the support and passion of its fans all the way over in Brazil. South Korea is in Group H, and its first match with Russia ended in a draw. Team Korea showed intense concentration and played about as well as they could in the match. The first goal came in the second half of the match, courtesy of Korea's Lee Gun-ho. But Russia's Alexander Kurzakov answered quickly with his own score, making it 1-on-1, which is how the match would end. Once Korea's first match was in the books, sports correspondent Song Ji-sun gave detailed analysis of the match and looked ahead to the next match against Algeria on Monday. Sports correspondent Song Ji-sun will continue to bring us updates on all the action in Brazil. It's Monday, the start of a brand new week. Reporter Connie Kim is in a meeting discussing the item for her appearance on Korea Today on Thursday.
교육 지원비, 그다음에 양육수당 이런 걸로만 이제 너무 편중되게 돼가지고 이제 너무 체감하기가 힘들다. 이제 어머니들 입장에서 그런 얘기가 좀 나왔고, 그다음에
저출산의 이유에 대해서는
네.
Connie wants to do a report that shows the reason for Korea's low birth rate and the measures being implemented to solve this problem.
아이들을 돌봐줄 수 있는 그런 여건이 너무 적다, 부족하다 이런 얘기가.
새롭거나 이러진 않은 것 같아서 이게.
A reporter's opinion is very important during an item meeting. Part of the reporting process includes coordinating opinions with the production team of Korea Today. A view about another item came up during the meeting.
배터리 자료가 있는지 아니면은 얘네가 뭐 공장 취재를 해줄 거는 되게 어려울 것 같고.
찔러보지 뭐.
네.
전기차야 뭐 세계적으로 관심들이 갖는 거고.
It wasn't the item Connie first thought of, but she felt interested in doing a report about electric vehicle batteries.
So for Korea Today's on-point item, I wanted to deal with Korea's low birth rate. And on the day of the meeting, I proposed it to my producers, but then they said that since the news release was only covering about how Korea was ranked the lowest among OECD countries when it came to birth rate, there wasn't anything new about this new item. So as a different option, there was a news about Korean companies doing a very good job in the electric vehicle battery market. And although the EV industry isn't a topic that I covered very often, I thought it would be very interesting to look into this new topic and get some inside views from experts in the industry.
Now that the item has been decided, Connie has to find the right people to talk to and the right place to go. LG Chemicals is the #1 company in the global market in sales of lithium-ion batteries for electric vehicles. The company recently secured orders to supply EV batteries to China's Shanghai Automotive Industry Corporation, China's #1 automotive company, and Qoros. After studying the materials thoroughly, Connie gets a grasp of where she needs to go.
네, 안녕하세요. 여기 아리랑 TV인데요. 혹시 그 전기차 배터리 부문 홍보팀 연결, 그러니까 번호 좀 알 수 있을까요? 3773에 네, 안녕하세요. 오늘 그 전기차 배터리 기사 관련해서 LG화학이 이번에 이제 중국 1위 완성차 업체인 상하이 기차와 코로스 이렇게 배터리 공급 계약을 체결했다는 기사 보고 연락을 드리는데요. 전기 배터리 시장에서 기대하는 바 관련해서 저희가 인터뷰를 좀 요청드리고 싶은데 네, 알겠습니다. 감사합니다. 네.
This is Connie's first report on EV vehicle batteries, making research that much more important.
네, 안녕하세요. 여기 아리랑 TV인데요. 울산에 있으신 거예요, 이게? 저희가 이거 촬영을 좀 하고 싶은데요. 그러니까 이 절차가 어떻게 되죠? 그러면 한 번도 이제 촬영을 허가해 주신 적이 없으신 거예요? 네. 과장님, 그러면은 혹시 저희 자료 화면 좀 받아볼 수 있을까요? 그러니까 영상 말씀하시는 거죠, 그러면? 예, 감사합니다. 네. 여보세요? 10시. 네. 그러면 저희가 LG 화학 본사로 가면 되는 건가요, 과장님? 네, 알겠습니다. 내일 뵙겠습니다. 네.
Maybe because she has a firm grasp on how the article will turn out, Connie completes her preparation for the interview in one go.
So when I decide on my item, I first think about who to contact. And in this news coverage, it was very important to get an interview from LG Chem, as this company would be supplying up to 60% of their EV batteries to the whole Chinese market. So I first contacted the PR department to get a first-hand contact from LG Chem. And at the same time, I wanted to get a balanced view of what kind of challenges LG Chem and other Korean companies face in order to lead this EV battery market. So I tried contacting research companies.
Early the next morning, Connie pays a visit to LG Chem, located in Yeouido, Seoul. A silent but fierce competition has emerged in the global electric vehicle market. As Korean companies have an excellent client portfolio that includes the Chinese market, their future activities in the global market are greatly anticipated.
LG화학이 이제 중국 1위 완성차 업체인 상하이 기차와 코로스와 이제 전기차 배터리 수주 계약을 체결한 걸로 알고 있는데 이제 이번 계약이 갖게 되는 의미에 대해서 말씀 부탁드릴게요.
이전에 저희 LG화학이 중국 자동차 시장에서 장안기차, 제일기차, 로컬 회사 맹주라는 회사와 이미 계약을 체결하고 이제 비즈니스를 진행하고 있는데요. 그건 좀 상징적인 의미가 있었다고 한다면 이번에 상해기차 코로스는 실질적인 비즈니스적인 의미가 크다. 특히 이제 브랜드를 다른 로컬 업체와는 다르게 하이 포지셔닝 해가는 경향이 있습니다. 그래서 그 시장에서의 파급력이 향후 저희들이 중국 시장에서 비즈니스를 하는 데 있어서 레퍼런스 효과가 아주 좀 크다고 하겠습니다.
그럼 이제 특별히 중국 시장을 타겟하는 이유에는 어떤 게 있을까요?
중국 시장은 지금 전체 전통 자동차 시장에서 넘버원 마켓입니다. 반면에 전기자동차 시장은 아직은 태동 단계의 시장인데 중국에서의 공해가 아주 심하고 그 공해를 타개하는 그 정책의 일환으로서 연비 규제 방안이 지금 나왔습니다.
When scheduling interviews, it is important that the interviewee has expertise, but it's preferable that the person can break down difficult contents into easily understandable language. Now Connie heads over to the parking lot to see an electric vehicle with a lithium-ion battery made by LG Chem installed.
그러니까 이게 뭐 배터리가 보여가지고 이걸 약간 설명하시고 하면 되는데 이게 안 보인대요, 바깥에서.
외부에서 안 보이는
네, 안에 이렇게 좀 들어가 있는 구조인가 봐요.
Connie can't film the factory that manufactures electric batteries due to security concerns. She decides to capture as much video footage as she can, given the situation.
여기서 설명을 해달라고 그래. 근데 그걸 좀 찍어야겠다. 그게 낫잖아.
Connie asks the staff for what she needs for her article.
아니면 차를 이렇게 반대로 돌리면 안 돼요? 그러면 충전하는 게 보이잖아요.
The battery is installed in the trunk of the EV. She's going to get a detailed explanation of how it is charged.
그러면 저한테 여기서부터 이거 어떻게 하시는 건지 저한테 먼저 설명을 좀.
별도로 스위치는 없어요. 그냥 수동으로 여시면 커넥터가 이렇게 열게 되어 있어요. 손으로. 한 5초 정도 경과가 되면 이 전류가 흘러 들어와서 차량이 충전되기 시작하면 퍼들램프에 불이 들어와요. 계기판에서도 확인이 되고 저기서도 확인이 되고 그 순서대로 하시면 돼요.
I wasn't able to visit the factories that manufacture these EV batteries. They said they weren't able to reveal their assembly lines due to security reasons. But there was some good news with LG Chem saying that they were able to show out one of their EV cars to us, explaining how they were charged, where the batteries are embedded, although they weren't able to be taken out. So at the end, I tried to get bits and bits of video footages of electric vehicles that show how they're manufactured, what they're consisted of inside, and also how they function in real life. 그러니까 이제 충전을 하려고 하는 건데 이거 충전한다는 거를 누르고 이거 하고.
Connie holds continuous discussions with the cameraman about video footage.
이거를 본인이 하는 것보다 이렇게 시연을 해주시는 게 훨씬 자연스러워요.
It's all for a better news package.
플러그 모양을 먼저 버튼을 눌러주시고요. 커넥터를 연결하라고 메시지가 뜨거든요. 체결이 될 때까지 끝까지.
Every part of the EV is captured on camera.
5초에서 10초 정도 경과하면 저기 표시가 뭐 되는 게 있나요? 네. 여기 불이 들어오면 충전이 시작되고 있다. 배터리가 완충이 되면 자동으로 차량에서 더 이상 전류가 유입되는 걸 차단을 하게끔 돼 있어요. 더 이상 충전이 안 될 때부터.
The battery can't be seen as it's embedded inside the car. All parts of the EV that run on the battery are captured on camera. Connie requested video materials from the companies that manufacture electric batteries and did her best to show the importance of the battery, the true heart of the EV. Next, a sit-down with a researcher at the LG Economic Research Institute is scheduled.
시작할게요. 네, 이제 전기차 배터리 시장에 대한 전망이랑 이제 이 시장에서 한국 기업들이 어떠한 역할을 할 것으로 기대가 되시는지 말씀 부탁드릴게요.
전기차 배터리 시장은 지금 대비해서 2020년까지 연평균 한 70% 이상 높은 성장이 예측이 되고 있죠. 성장률로 보면은 전기차 배터리 시장이 가장 크다고 보고 있고요. 2020년 기준으로 보면 한 20조 원 정도의 시장 규모 형성이 예측되니까 상당히 큰 폭의 성장이 예상되고 있습니다.
앞으로 이제 한국 그러니까 전기차 배터리 시장, 그러니까 업체들이 넘어야 할 과제에는 어떤 것이 있는지.
그러니까 소재 쪽을 많이 얘기를 하죠. 전기차 배터리 쪽에서. 전지 자체에서 소재가 워낙 중요한 거든 전지 자체가 뭐 화학적인 제품이기 때문에 소재가 되게 중요하다고 보고 있는데 그러니까 되게 안전한 전지 아니면은 한 300km 이상 달릴 수 있는 전지를 개발하는 미래 소재를 개발하는 데에서는 한국 기업이 많이 부족한 상황입니다. 예를 들어서 뭐 전지 소재 같은 경우는 지금은 리튬이온 전지 위주에 된 2차 전지가 위험하다고 하는 이유는 전지 내에서 액체가 들어있는 게 가장 위험하다고 보는데 그걸 고체화하는 시도가 되게 많이 일어나고 있거든요. 하지만 그거를 주도하는 기업들은 대부분 미국이나 일본 기업들이지 한국 기업은 거의 아직까지 시작도 안 하고 있는 상태이고요.
그럼 이제 뭐 에너지 밀도와 충전 시간을 개선하는 것도 이제 소재와 연관이 있는데 이제 이게 다 안정성이 검증이 돼야 된다는 말씀이신 거죠, 그러면?
그러니까 우리가 기존에 전지를 사용하는 건 휴대폰, 노트북 등에 사용된 전지는 개발 기간도 짧고 6개월 미만이면 개발을 했고요. 또 제품 자체의 수명도 1, 2년밖에 안 되니까 그렇게 큰 문제가 없었는데 자동차는 그게 아니거든요. 뭐 개발 기간도 4년, 5년 되는 거고 또 수명 자체도 보통 자동차 전지는 10년 이상을 기대를 하고 있으니까 기존의 전지를 개발하고 기존의 전지에 사용되던 소재와는 완전히 패러다임이 바뀐다고 볼 수 있죠.
감사합니다. 네. Electric vehicles and electric vehicle batteries go hand in hand because in order for EVs to become a very common transportation means the development of the batteries that are put into these automobiles is very important because right now batteries that are used in these EVs run for only a certain amount of time and also they have safety issues as well. So what I heard a lot from the interviews I did with the experts is that Korean companies need to step up in developing the batteries that are used in these EVs in order to expand their global presence in this market.
Connie returns to the office late in the afternoon after collecting all the materials she needs. Preparing for the On Point segment on Korea Today is a challenging task for Connie. In addition to the timely nature of the story, she must express herself. Connie Kim became a more established reporter as she did the coverage on the electric vehicle battery. It's early in the morning on the day of her Korea Today appearance. Connie visits a public parking lot where EVs can be charged.
연결할 때 제가 이거를 이제 꽂고 이제 연결을 하는 걸 하고 싶거든요.
She is here for a live connection.
요거 하고 원샷으로 바꿔달라고 얘기를 해야죠. 그래야 이렇게 있다가 들어가요.
She thought of this place as a spot for the link up at the very start of her coverage.
네, PD님 전데요. 혹시 제 스크립트 보시면은 처음에 이제 진주 선배가 처음에 들어가시고 뭐 Good morning Connie 한 다음에 이제 제가 Good morning 진주 하고 들어가잖아요. Standing at a public parking lot in 마포구 한 다음에 바로 저 원샷으로 넣어주실 수 있으세요? 저 한 번 연습해봐도 돼요? 마이크 들고? 감독님 이렇게 하면 안 돼요? And I was just charging this electric vehicle 이러면서 조금 눌러도 되죠? 오케이. 이거 잠깐만 다시 빼주실 수 있으세요?
She carefully checks her movements, and soon it's time for the broadcast.
To tell us more about this rapidly emerging market, we connect live to Arirang News' Connie Kim. Good morning, Connie.
Good morning, Jinju. I'm currently connecting to you live from a public parking lot in Mapogu, and I was just charging this electric vehicle.
As Connie intended, the report starts off on the right foot with her charging the electric vehicle battery.
Now, when we talk about EVs and what challenges faces them ahead.
While the edited video is aired, she remains on standby for the second stand-up connection.
But times are changing. Battery makers and auto companies seem very crucial. Tell us more about that.
Now, automakers and EV battery
Reporter Connie Kim arrived at the location early in the morning for her news package. As a passionate heart always opens new doors, we look forward to Connie, who's full of zest and her future reports.
So this was my first in-depth coverage regarding the automobile sector. I learned that electric vehicle companies and EV battery companies work very closely together and in a somewhat very closed manner in order to develop their own unique technologies. But I think as the market gets bigger, the sharing of this technology is highly likely to come. And if good news like this comes up, I would definitely like to cover follow-up stories in the industry.
Hangover, 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 hangover.
The topic is going to be about Psy and his new music video and song called Hangover.
Hangover, 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 hangover.
I think as an industry from afar, I'm not exactly the demographic for K-pop music, but in general, I do, of course, watch how it's being globalized and how it's being promoted, which I think is interesting. Yeah.
But more importantly, over the past 2 years, how Korean music artists were utilizing Twitter, utilizing Facebook.
Welcome back, Bernie. Good to see you.
See, I can't believe it was a year and a half.
How you been?
Good, good.
Yeah, that's been a year and a half, hasn't it?
I don't know who put on more weight, but it's okay.
Well, it's probably me.
Yeah. You mentioned a baby though. Is that new since the last time? That was new since the last time. Yeah. Congratulations. Thank you. How old? Year and a half.
Now, okay.
So, you know, he loves music. Play a lot of music on the sound system. I think what was really interesting is the fact that the pacing of Psy's album single release obviously is very well planned out and very deliberate. His new album, although he wouldn't say who, he's mentioned that it'll feature a lot more and a lot of other collaborations. And so I think that, you know, although everyone's talking about the Snoop Dogg, there could be a lot more that people are talking about later with his future singles and when the album comes out.
Collaborations with international people that we would know, not other Korean artists necessarily.
You know, I think you can get bits and pieces and hints because, you know, Psy on Twitter often posts up photos of who he just met or who he was just hanging with. So I think hardcore fans can kind of sort of guess who they might be, but you know, until that EP or album drops, we have to wait and see.
I suppose when you think about it too, I mean, he's managed this pretty well. I mean, as well as he could probably in the 2 years since this thing broke. He had no idea, of course. I mean, we talked about this a year and a half ago. He had no idea this thing was going to do this. I mean, nobody did, right? But he's managed it pretty well, right?
I think the one lesson that many people in the industry need to learn from Psy is forget the good song, forget the great video. You have to be a good interview subject, and that's, I think, one of the reasons why Psy is so compelling overseas is that he's funny, he's pretty smart, he's witty, he can say things unscripted, and I think that's something a lot of artists here in Korea need to learn from Psy, is that, you know, as much as content is king, he delivers context, and that's what people are sort of liking him for and falling in love with him for, is the fact that he brings a story to the table that he can talk about so that people are more curious as to who he is and what his song is and whatnot. So. Stand by.
Let's get down to brass tacks, starting right at the beginning here. Psy's Hangover. What's your review?
With this video, you weren't so much seeing a lot of likes. You were seeing a lot of sort of extremes. Everyone's talking about it, so, you know, he's kept himself relevant. He's hit the reset button on the 15 minutes of fame. A lot of these collaborations that are happening, Psy just happened to come out of the gates early with a very high-profile collaboration. Together, really sloppy productions that disappointed the fans. I was a little surprised because I got the email saying it's been about a year and a half since I was last here. It actually felt like it wasn't too long ago. So the fact it was a year and a half, it's a long time, but I was a little surprised that A, they film everything now, from makeup to the show to this. Also, the set's a lot nicer than I remember. And I don't know who gained more weight, whether it's me or Scott, but regardless, you know, it was good to be back, and it's good to see that actually a lot of things changed, you know, for the better. So.